Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So today, I'm going to be working on the skull. So this is a skull cap. So it's the top of your skull. Welcome, everybody. Today, I'm going to be working on So working on this to be, you can print it to be cereal bowl, popcorn bowl, whatever, or it could even be done printed as like a key holder or something when you come home. So we have everything kind of sitting in there for that. So what we're going to do here first, just kind of come in and smooth this out. I hope everybody's having a good day so far. Good morning and a good evening for people that it's evening for. So right now I'm just trying to get rid of this slight little bulge here. It's more of them. Getting better, but it's still there a little bit. Fine. Welcome everybody. So if it's your first time coming and checking it out, so I sculpt skulls, bones, creatures, any kind of fun stuff for 3D printing. So this is going to be 3D printed as a nice little bowl. So we're working on this first, kind of honing it all in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to build a base down in here for it to rest on. To make it easier for people. So that one, it just sits, level on the ground. Or on anything really. So just really getting that nice and smooth. It's gonna be perfect for holding anything that you need or whatever. So in the link in my bio I have links to like my Fangs, which is where I have my subscriptions, and that way you can go in, get my files, print them yourself, and kind of do as you like with them. So I based this off of a real skull. So we kind of got everything really in there. Yeah, there we go. That's getting there. Taking a little bit of extra time to get it done, which is not a problem. But I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome, Mr. Pot. Mr. Spot. Hi, Lee. Welcome in. Welcome, Dance. So it might not look like much is happening, but it actually, there's a lot going on. Well, because it's just slowly trying to get rid of this little ridge right here in the model. Hey, good to see you live. Hey, Professor, how are you? Good to see you. So I want to get it as close to an actual skull so that it is, I want it to be identical. So normally the stuff that I do is doing like the replicas of skulls. I have skulls on display in 2 museums. I make skulls and bones for hospitals. So I get them as identical as possible. And so for like working with the museums and everything, excuse me, I have it, I do it so that they can have something on display and it's not as fragile as the original. And then what we do, like paint it up to look identical and everything else, and then that way the original can sit inside their vault, and then you know they have this one can be on display, and that way it's a lot cheaper. So if something happens, you know, it is not not a terrible loss. Things aren't ruined. And then, you know, the cost of making one of these is a replica. And, oh, I just realized that it is not moving. Hey, look at that. That would be why we have some issues. All right, so let's look at that. All right, so let's get that going back again. I apologize. That would totally be why, because it is not caught up. I just looked up and noticed that the stream was not doing anything. And so it was just sitting there. So there we go. Hey, look at that. Huge difference that makes when you look up at your computer and you see that it's not actually showing anything. Look at that. Movement. So yeah, so I work with them and we replicate what their real one is that they have. Then they'll put mine on display and it'll say that, you know, it's a replica. But, you know, if say it breaks or something just happens to it, it's not you don't lose that item forever. And on top of that, you don't lose out on just thousands upon thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, that makes a huge difference when you can actually see what I'm doing. I apologize for that. So the reason that you're not seeing as much of a quick and fast sculpting is that I have it run. Oh, wow, I really have that up there. Let's take that down. That was higher than it needs to be. Let's remesh that. Oh, yeah, there we go. So if I would take that even lower, this bump and everything, so what I'm doing right now is I'm smoothing out everything that's in here. And so if I would take that resolution down even more, it would just, you know what, let's just do that. Let's just take it down. And then see how it's almost already gone. And then I just come over here. And that just goes out a lot faster. So with lower topology on it, you're able to do it much faster. Yep, I'm right with that. Now we're going to take it back up. So then we're going to go through and we're going to, yeah, see, and it just got rid of that whole, yeah, it's just much nicer. So now we're going to come back through and recreate what was going on in there in the little crease that was here. Get that going all the way around. That way it just kind of has everything sitting in its thing. You know what? Let's go in and make this a little bit easier. Come on. Painto. There we go. Did that make it easier? No, it did not. Then let's go up here. We're going to take it off. We're going to go back into matte cap. Oh yeah, we can see it a lot better. Oh, that's painting. No wonder why it's not creasing. It just got darker. There we go. So I'm just going in and I'm just drawing where the bone would actually join. How's everybody's day? I hope everybody's having a good day so far. Yeah, there we go. So this would be where the different parts of your skull actually join together. This is Blender. Hey, Ray. No, this is actually Nomad Sculpt. So I'm doing this on my iPad. Good morning, Zombie. Hey, how are you? Yeah, so Ray, Blender, I like Blender. But it was, for me personally, I prefer Nomad Sculpt for when I'm working on anything organic. Blender, I kind of use that more if I'm doing something like with like Fusion 360 or something that's more mechanical. I use that. I gotta play with Nomad more. I have it on my Android tab. Yeah, I absolutely love it. And with the updates that they've done, they've added some great stuff like quad remesher, able to have actual face groups now. Like they've added a lot of really great stuff in. And I really like doing on my iPad because I really just enjoy being able to be mobile and be like, all right, cool, I'm working up in my studio today, and then if I finish the stream and something hits me later, like I just have my iPad with me, so I can just start working on an idea or doing something that way. So I much more enjoy having that. I got that over there too. Huh. So then, let's do this. We're gonna just take this back to the root. Oh, yep, because it saved it. Didn't really matter. Yep. So, I like the mobility, but I feel that if you just play around with it and just start working, it's kind of the best. I feel the best way to really do it. So, Zombie Hedgehog, I have been contemplating, and I'm gonna take your idea and work on some zombies. So we're gonna get into having zombies, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna start with if I'm gonna start with a hedgehog or not. But that's the plan. I'm working on some other stuff. So I was doing so I was working on, where did it go? You're up here. So I was working on this yesterday or 2 days ago. I did a while back. I tried to turn this sketch I made into something three-dimensional. I think a bit more than I could chew. I gotta start smaller maybe. Yeah, Ray. It's, it is uh Ray, it takes its time. It really, but man, just play. Like don't try to bring in something that you're already working on. Just get in there, get in with a ball of clay, and just start playing around and seeing what everything does, and kind of just see what sculpt comes out of it. That's what I've done. Oh, Zombie, I was saying that I think I'm going to start working on some actual zombie stuff. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to start with zombie hedgehog, but I'm going to be creating some zombie stuff as well. Yeah, that's the way. Making sure the app is up to date now. Nice. Yeah, man. The new they're really getting Nomad Sculpt closer, I think, to ZBrush, which ZBrush is the standard for 3D modeling and so much stuff. ZBrush it's such a powerful tool, but that's for your computer only, and so it just kind of makes it, I don't know, I like the mobility of this. This is not as powerful as ZBrush is, but they're slowly getting there. But at the same time, ZBrush just announced that they are going to come out with ZBrush for iPad. And so they're going to start having, I think, beta testers for that coming up soon. I don't know, I applied to get in, so we'll see if I get it, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, cool, zombie theme is cool. Yeah, I mean, you can never go wrong with zombies, let's be honest. Especially, being from Pittsburgh, this is where the zombies started. So, like, I grew up 5 minutes from the mall where it all happened. It's all here. So yeah, so 2 days ago I was sculpting this conjoined fetal skull, and somebody jumped in. This guy Alien jumped in, and he was like, "Oh man, that would, I'd love to print that as a dice tray." And it was like, "Oh, it's genius." So I immediately stopped sculpting this and switched over and started to started to do something new. And it was just like, well, yeah, let's do that. Let's, see where I can get it. And so that's kind of, I like when people do that. I like when people come in and go, "Oh, hey, I had an idea, like, looking at your thing, this looks really cool. What if you tried this?" And it's just like, yes, that's, yep, that's perfect. I like feedback. You get ideas a lot more. And I think that they, it's just nicer. Sometimes I think that's one of the reasons why I started streaming when I was working on stuff, is that I had, I liked having other people look at it. And yeah, collaboration, right. That's what makes a community great. Exactly. And it's like, so I started streaming, and it was just like, all right, cool, like this could be fun. It didn't, at the time, it didn't really matter if, people were following or in there or whatever, because I was going to be sculpting either way. And so I just kind of started doing it. And I love the idea of more eyes on my work, and then being able to actually, get more concepts or thoughts or whatever it is. And so this all started, I started 3D printing and doing this stuff when COVID hit. And, before that, in BC, before COVID, I did lighting and photography for movies and TV. And, then I would do photo shoots for magazines and stuff, and I loved it. And even then, when I would do a photo shoot, and I'd be editing BC that thanks. So it was having like even when I did photo shoots then, and I'd be sitting there editing, like I would show the photo to like my fiance and just be like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on this?" She's the photographer and the model, and it was just like, "What are your thoughts on this?" And she would give great ideas and great thoughts, and it's just like I like taking those thoughts and kind of bouncing them around in my brain and seeing where they go. And it's not necessarily I might not go that way, but I might go that way, or I might take that thought and go in a completely different direction and just kind of see where it takes me and like what happens. And I think that's one of the things that just, I'm adding texture in here now, that just really makes it, I don't know, I think it's such a great idea. I think it's wonderful working with, other people, and not even necessarily people that do what you do. You just get ideas and thoughts. You know. So Ray, what was it? It was your sketch. Oh yeah, help you see different perspectives. Exactly. And it's because you can have an idea and just be like, yeah, everything is great, everything is perfect. But then you get so, like horse blinders on. Sometimes it's hard to see things when you're right on top of it. Exactly. So, you have your horse blinders on, and you can't totally see what is actually, you're missing something that's so right there. And it's like when I had someone come in and say, "Hey, you should make that into a dice tower." The ghost holding the pumpkin. Oh, that was what your sketch was that you were trying to do? Oh, that could be good. So something I will say, Ray, is to look into. So you can get a whole bunch of alphas, and so like I have this. So it's like these are different fabrics. So it's like I can do this and be like, all right, cool. Let me do my fabric on here. That was really intense. So let's take that down. But like, you can do a fabric, and so you can take. Yeah, I like the old school Halloween decorations, right? A friend of mine actually takes those old school decorations, and like even like the old masks, like the hard plastic masks, and he pours them out of iron, and then either paints them or keeps them that way, and they look really, really cool. I was saying something. I don't remember. Awesome. Yeah. Like I love it. I love it. Oh yeah. So look into getting, but you can take any black and white image and turn it into a stamp or an alpha. So it really, like, you can sit there and be like, all right, cool. Let me just do this Celtic knot real quick, and there it is. So it makes your life a lot easier. Halloween is my whole vibe. Look, I get it. I make skulls for a living, so yeah, it's called Alpha and Nomad. Yeah, well, it is, but it's here, right here, Alpha/stamp. So, and it's alphas everywhere, in all over. But you can find, there's tons of resources everywhere. All the skulls you make available anywhere. They are. So if you go and link in my bio, I have, you can find my Thangs, THANGS. So it's a subscription service that I have over there, but it's a place you can get tons of 3D printable files and everything else. I have a Patreon as well, but I am moving more over to Thangs. Cultivating skulls for my website. Oh, what's your website? Can I click on? Is it in your profile? Let's see. Oh yeah, my shop 3. All right, cool. Look at this. That's your Ko-fi page. Where's your I was just looking at your 3D printer's creed. That's great. Yep. I hope so. I might have to update that link tree now that you mentioned it. Oh yeah, for sure. It's totally out of date. Yeah. Yeah, let me know when you update that. Got some meetings, but great to see you. Great to see your process. Yeah, thanks, Zombie. So, Ray, I'm live on here and I'm live on Twitch. Well, enjoy those meetings, Zombie. Yeah, so to give you so like here's one of mine. So this is actually, I based this off, so let's take it out of, let's go to matcap. You won't see it because I painted it. So I saw this skull for sale at Michael's for Halloween last year, the year before, and immediately was just like, yep, I gotta sculpt that. I gotta sculpt it. So like I have that there, and then I have my blind skull in there. So I have these all. I make them all life size, 1-to-1 scale. Oh, why is that not updating? Hey, let's actually, make it so that you can see what I'm actually talking about. I do love when my iPad just says, I don't really feel like connecting anymore. Oh, what happened? What the hell just happened? My whole screen just went dark.